Welcome to Vocabulary for English Language Learners. So, 5,000 words to 10,000 words. I think if you're a conversational speaker in China, you know 3,000 characters, and a kindergartner will know about that much too. But that's a lot of words. The differences are socioeconomic in terms of how our vocabulary grows, as well as cultural. So what can we do to develop vocabulary? Lots of review, lots of explicit instruction for academic vocabulary. So, the Korean alphabet is the most perfect alphabet in the world. It's completely phonetic, 100% phonetic. Google it. You can look it over and watch a video. Just look at in YouTube for a video or two about the Korean alphabet. It's absolutely amazing. You could learn to read Korean in 45 minutes or less. So some teaching strategies for English language learners. If there's any way that you can act out the word as well as preview important concepts and words. This is something that we did in the ESL Techniques class. This is called the Dolch list. It is the most common words that are used in English. This comes from your book. Here is another teaching activity that you might want to try, the difficult word game. So you might have a game that you can create where you make cards that are like two lies and a truth, where the definition of the word is two of the definitions are false and one is true, and then you can play a game to try to get points by matching the right definition with the right word. It can be played in pairs, it can be played in groups. And it's a good idea that the words are already front-loaded and taught, because teaching words out of context has little meaning. So how do students learn new words? Multiple exposures. It says research indicates that you have to hear the word and use the word 19 times before it becomes in your deep memory. You can activate prior knowledge. I use mnemonic games for teaching words sometimes. Repetition is always good. Demonstrations, visuals, examples, getting the children or the students to use the words actively themselves, applying the words, and then explicit instruction, modeling over and over again. So there are some videos in Brightspace for you to watch. There are 2 of them. How does curriculum relate to vocabulary? Okay. This is from your book. False cognates. I'm sure some of you who speak another language know about false cognates. English is over 50% in French derivatives, but the cognates may be false. That means they may not be perfectly matched in meaning. So there is a website that you might want to try to look up. It's www.fluenx.com/faux-false-friends-cognates. And then we all know about the Spanish word to be embarrassed and embarazado, which is pregnant, which 2 totally different meanings. So dictionaries, and I would say, I have a bunch of print dictionaries in my office. I very rarely use them. I always use online dictionaries now, and I'm sure that your students are using online dictionaries and Google Translate. So different strategies that we can use for teaching vocabulary. The fun one is TPR, total physical response. Yeah. And We can use web tools, read alouds, word cards, word walls, idiom games, word wheels. If you use the paint chip card, you know, you go to Lowe's and get a paint chip card. I don't know if I have any with me right now. And then give a word and have students write similar words on the different colors of the card. Word mapping, you can do games with prefixes and suffixes. You can keep vocabulary journals. This is a word wheel. So you give the main word in the center there. You give the main word right there in the center. And then these are words that would be elicited by your students and then talked about how they differ. Another teaching activity that you can do is think of words that have synonyms and antonyms, and you could have people stand up and get in a circle and throw a ball. If the ball goes to the left, they have to give a synonym for the word that was spoken previously. If the ball goes to the right, they have to give an antonym. You can have all sorts of board games and board races. You can have people look up words that have multiple meanings and then try to guess before looking them up how many meanings they will have, or trying to run out of meanings by here's the first meaning and then the next person gives the second meaning and the third meaning. For example, the word run. Run means many, many things. Or the word take, or the word break, or the word turn, or the word set, S-E-T. So you could have like count-offs on, can you tell me another meaning for this word? And you could do the same having the word in context with idioms too. Reading rockets. I've talked about reading rockets before, but I really like it, and so I hope that you will take a look at that site again if you haven't already. And here's some weird words that you can go home with. Go to YouTube, youtube.com/watch V = 7, capital Q, little m, little p, little w, 8, little t, 7, capital C, capital S, capital 4. There's some weird words for you. Let me see if I can write that for you. It would be, well, you got the youtube.com and then the slash and then the watch with the question mark, and V = 7, big Q, little m, PW8, 7, capital C, capital S, and 4. Okay, so that's our last video. There's some other videos in the PowerPoint, the regular PowerPoint. If you want to look in the notes section, you're interested in words, there are more videos there for you to look at. So for now, it's time to say bye-bye.